It's Atlanta's #1 hip-hop station, Hot 107.9. Of course, Reec is right here in the city with you. And when you talk about Atlanta, you gotta mention this name right here. The big homie, Michael Vick, in the building.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Oh, no, it's definitely our pleasure, man. Everybody and their grandma came out when they heard you was in the building.
Yeah?
Yeah, so, you know, you still got that red carpet.
I still got it, man. I still got a little bit of magic left.
Oh, absolutely, man. We not going to talk a whole bunch about who Michael Vick was, because everybody knows that.
Yeah.
And who Michael Vick is. We got to talk about this transition, man. I'm so, like, as a person who sees somebody who has a crazy platform and one of the best to ever do something at any kind of level, you're one of those people.
Thank you.
And to want to share your gift with these kids, man, it's awesome.
I'm excited about the platform. I think as athletes, that's one of our responsibilities, to build a brand. And you know, however you can, I think everybody, you know, if you touch a certain level of success, or even if you're not as successful, you still can create some form of some brand, some way, shape, or form. And before I get into the coaching realm, I felt like I should, you know, develop an academy for the top playmakers around the world, the elite athletes, and that's what we're doing with the Elite Playmaker Showcase Series. So we're on the 7-city tour. It's been successful, over 450 kids so far, and I couldn't ask for a better output.
Man, I see that. I see you guys gonna be in McEachern this weekend, and that's that's one of the more prestigious football palaces down here in the Atlanta area. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as a person who's running the camp, what are you kind of looking for as these kids touch the field? I'm
really detailed when it comes to football. I'm a consummate football fan. I love the game. I know what the game entails. I know how competitive you have to be to win.
Really, you?
Level. Absolutely. Yeah, you know, and I look for that in young kids. I look to see what type of edge that they bring to the table, whether it's a receiver or a DB, the attitude, the spirit. You can see it in their eyes, and you know that's going to be for the greater good of the game for years to come. It only helps the collegiate teams is going to be recruiting, and down the road, and it's going to help the league within itself.
I got you. Now, as a person, because a lot of people know how prolific you are on the field as being a quarterback, and only quarterback to rush 1,000 yards in a year, and all that kind of stuff.
I'm proud of that moment.
Right.
I'm very proud of that.
Man, what was going through your head when you crossed over that mark, that game?
Yeah, I was so determined to get that record come week 7 or 8, because I seen it was close, and I had years where I had opportunities to hit that milestone, but never got a chance to do it. I always felt 60 yards short or 250 yards short, and a couple years I had some injuries that I dealt with, and that year I stayed healthy the entire season. I bought a hyperbaric chamber and I used it every night.
Them things work like that?
They really work, yeah.
I had to get one.
I'm a true testament of you know, the success that comes in the hyperbaric chamber. So any of the athletes out there, if you're fortunate enough, I know probably a ton of the Falcons players probably have them, but yeah, the hyperbaric chamber works.
It's definitely an investment. I was going to say, since you were able to do so much as a quarterback, a lot of people don't remember that Mike Vick played almost every other position on the field coming up. So
yeah, very versatile.
Right. So how is it for you to, like, I know sometimes I play basketball coming up, and I might go to a camp. You get invited to one of these quote-unquote elite camps, right? And it's by some player nobody ever heard of that played for, like, the Wichita Knicks for 2 years. You know what I mean?
You're just going just to be going.
Right.
Right. Just fundamentals.
But with you being Michael Vick and hosting the camp, that has to be like the light bulb's got to go off for a kid to be in your presence. You know what I mean? So when you speak, they really have to listen.
Like, I realize how important those moments are to any kid who sees a guy that they may have idolized and, you know, still young enough to relate to in this day and time, to really show up and be present, be visible. And yeah, I line up with the quarterbacks and I teach them, I make them feel as if, you know, I'm their friend / coach, you know, in that short period of time. And, you know, it may be 3 hours or 4 hours, but every camp I leave, those kids want to have a relationship with me. They want to call me, they want to talk to me. We have fun. I mean, I keep it as authentic as I can, because I think it's important that, you know, I've developed relationships with, you know, kids or grown-ups, as long as, you know, their competence level is where it needs to be, and their focus on life is where it needs to be.
Right, I got you, man. Right now, if you're just tuning in, Reec right here with Mike Vick. Of course, we live on Hot 107.9. We're talking about V7 Elite. And when you talk about elite players, you talk about elite people, you're talking about Michael Vick. I like what you just said when you talked about being authentic. And I think that comes across. And I think that's why the city never really let go of the Mike Vick. The ghost of Mike Vick is still in the city.
Nah, don't ever let me go, because I never let the city go.
Nah, not at all, man.
Tough moments.
Yeah, when we saw with the Georgia Dome closing, man, and we saw you ride out onto the field, I was watching the footage this morning, how that crowd erupted.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, when I first got the call from one of the administration over at the Falcons organization, you know, I just felt like it was a stepping stone to building a relationship back to where it needed to be. And I feel like I need to be here, one way or another, whether it's helping it out in the community, whether it's, you know, staff members somewhere. I feel like, you know, just the presence that, you know, we can all create, I think is monumental. It's bigger than just me or the organization or the city within itself. Is everything as a whole.
I got you. Now, I know you've been out almost for, we'll just say, like a whole year now. You know what I mean? Just not on the field playing, but you've been kind of getting into the coaching and everything. Yeah,
I'm using the Showcase series as a platform to lead into coaching. I want to understand it. I want to know the ins and outs, how detailed I have to be. Now, of course, depending on what level, whether it's collegiate or professional, you have to know what you're getting into. The hours that you're gonna have to put in, the time that you're gonna have to spend with kids is a work in progress. Yeah. And I want to use this time as a time to decompress. You know, understand what, you know, my role is moving forward, because, you know, I get all, like, everything I feel, everything I believe in, my faith, I let all my decision making come from the man upstairs. It's really not me. I let it come from the man upstairs. So I can let that happen naturally too. I got you, man. We just sitting down with Mike Vick right now. Of course, Reec right here, Hot 107.9. And I see the V7 on the hat, man. Yeah, talk to me about these clothes, man. So it's not just camps, it's not just development, it's a whole clothing line. Yeah, it's a clothing line. I mean, V7 has been going for a long time. It's just I was contractually in an agreement with Nike where I couldn't really brand myself. And our partnership was great. It's still great. I think we'll be doing it in conjunction together at some point. But it was important for me to, you know, go out and be proactive, get my fan base involved. You know, let them know what V7 Athletics is all about. Right. Then try to create that joint venture with Nike. And you know, Nike is my heart. I never left them for any other corporate sponsor. And I know they was knocking at the door. So we just try to keep that relationship open as well. I appreciate them for everything they've ever done for me. Now that's what's up, man. I was actually gonna ask you too, not maybe about the approach, but the way LeVar Ball is doing it with his sons and branding themselves to have that big baller brand. I don't mean the approach. Right. 150, go grab them shoes. Right. Know what they look like. Better be hot. They better be for 450. Better be hard. 450. But as an athlete, would you kind of like push for other athletes on to come up to kind of do their own thing before getting with a major brand? Yeah, well, you got to create a brand first, and I think creating a brand really entails you going out having a certain level of success. I think kids in college, coming out of college, you need a year or two. I mean, because you can easily be embarrassed just as, you know, you are impressive. Right. And wait, say that again, bro. I mean, I don't think they heard. It's real. Like, you can not be as good as you think you're gonna be in the NBA, because the NBA is different from, you know, college basketball. Right. And not taking anything away from, you know, Ball, I think he's a phenomenal athlete. I hope that he have a level of success. Right. So we get what you're saying. Can be successful. Right. Yeah. So just slow roll it, man. It's a very political world. You know, all eyes on you. When they pay you that money, you gotta perform. So it's no excuses at the end of the day. You always perform, so we definitely can take those words from you. Yeah. Now, let's move on a little bit, man. Of course, you got the camp going on in McKeachern. I don't want to get away from that, because there's a lot of athletes out here that could use that kind of platform, and especially being next to the greatest. Right. You know what I'm saying? My pops always told me, if you can stand next to one of the greatest and be respected, then, you know, they gotta respect you back. Yeah, you know what I mean? Absolutely. So we salute what you're doing. Where can they sign up for this camp at? V7ElitePlaymakers.com. You can sign up and you can register right there on the spot. We have walk-ups at McKeachern as well, so either way it go. Okay, so all right, so this is going down to 28th, right? 28th Sunday. Yeah, we got the high school kids Sunday from 2 to 5:30, and the middle school 11 to 1 on Monday. So I know it's the holiday weekend, but you know, this is the best time to fit it in. We collaborated with a couple of coaches out here to make sure that we can make sure it's going to be a success and we have the right amount of participation. So I think I'm
going to stop you right there.
No more.
Wait a minute. It's Mike Vick in Atlanta. You think they're not coming out? I know he gotta be modest, but I'm gonna be real right now, man. Mike Vick in Atlanta, they coming, bro. As we kind of progress this conversation, I know you say you a big fan still of football.
Yeah.
You watch the game.
Yeah. I
want to ask this question. I'm not gonna get into the political side, but a guy like Colin Kaepernick, right?
Yeah.
He takes his stand. A lot of people are saying, well, you know, because he did what he did, he can't get a job.
Right.
But I'm saying like this: with the system that Atlanta's running right now, we gonna need a backup. You think Cap
you got Matt Schaub though?
Yeah.
Matt Schaub's solid. Yeah, I think Matt is in his role where he needs to be, and he played behind me. He, got him right, coached him up. We coached each other up. When he got him a big deal, nice job in Houston, and played for a couple years, had success. I think he's where he needs to be, but back to Colin,
Yeah, we got to put Colin somewhere else.
Yeah, well, I think he's just met with the Seahawks, and I've been telling everybody for the last 2-3 months, 2 or 3 months, that Colin will land somewhere. You know, it's not as serious as the world of people are making it out. I think that's more so the media. Listen, we all understand what the gesture was all about.
Right.
We appreciate it. Some people do.
Some
I think
people
90% of the world of the people do, and
right.
maybe 10% took it the wrong way. It was just, you know, people want everybody to be in one unison, and when you're playing in the league that's that visible, sometimes when you stand out like that, you can create controversy. But listen, we respect Colin for that.
There we go. It might be something about dynamic players with number 7. Nowhere near as good as Vick on the field, but you know what I mean? It's got to be mentioned somewhere in them talks, man. Right now, we chilling with Mike Vick, man. We just talking a little bit about his camps that he's got coming up, new moves. Now, I keep seeing these coaching rumors, man. Come on, talk to me. Dispel these rumors. Tell me something. What we doing, Mike?
Oh, that's way down the road. Definitely down the road. And coaching requires a lot of time. I just relieved my duties of playing in the National Football League, and 13 seasons was a long time, and I spent a lot of time hurt. I spent a lot of time away from my family, and sometimes you got to be selfish of your time, and I think this is a point in time in my life where I got to be a little selfish and take my time and consult with the people who have been good to me, who have been a leader in my eyes, and helped me get to this point. So I got to consult with them and just see what's best, what's next, and also myself.
I got you. Hey, and you got a new little one on the way.
Yeah, man.
That's what's up. Congrats on that too, bro. All right. So, man, last question before we get up out of here, because I know you got a million things to do, especially in this still your city. Yeah. You know what I mean? This still your city right here. But you got a million things to do. What would you say to Michael Vick? What would you yourself right now say to Michael Vick coming into the league, just getting drafted?
Man, I mean, it's mixed emotions when I get asked that question, because so many things run through my head at one time. And I think the most important thing would probably be just to be disciplined, as disciplined as you can be, and learn at a young age to embrace the role model definition. And when we understand what that term really means, and we, just release everything that we go against in terms of what a role model really entails, then in those days, when I was younger, I really didn't embrace that. I didn't understand it. I knew how to do it quietly, but I wasn't vocal enough. So, yeah, discipline is a factor, but at the same time, being vocal and letting people know that you can step up and show a different side of you other than what they think is what you really need to do. So probably be a little more outspoken as well.
Okay.
I was real reserved back then.
You struck me as a person that I'm gonna prove it on the field. And
I was that type.
Talk.
Yeah, I was a quiet leader.
Right.
Until I got a little older and started getting sacked more than I did.
You're still the coolest man in the huddle ever to put chapstick on in the huddle.
Yeah, man, I did some things that's never been done.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll never see that again either.
Right. All right, Mike Vick, man, I'm gonna let you go. I appreciate what you're doing for the kids, man, and what you're doing in the community, and big things to come.
Yeah, I'm gonna support you too as well, man. We'll talk.
All right, y'all heard it. It was on Facebook Live.
Oh, good.
Shout out to my boy Bobby Hill, man, for bringing you through, and that's what it is. It's Hot 107.9.